Okay, this is going to be a video on how to graph lines. Okay, it's going to be new for 2022. The first thing you have to differentiate, do you have an x equals or a y equals with some number? Or do you have a y and an x? Okay, now what we want to make sure is that it's in y equals first, and we'll get to that later. Okay, now if you have something with y and x, very simple. All right, let's just make up a number. Let's say 5 over 4x minus 2. Okay, now what you want to do first, and we'll go through these examples in a second. All right, this is my slope. This is my y-intercept. Okay, and so from graphing, this is where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, where it crosses the y-axis. So what I want to do first, okay, is I want to plot the y-intercept. Okay, all right, so that's going to be somewhere on this vertical line. So that would be like down here, okay? Then I want to use the slope, okay? I want to use the slope. Now, the bottom number, we'll do this one first. This is how many spaces you're going to go to the right. We're always going to go right. All right, we'll talk about the negative slopes in a little bit. The top number is what we'll do second. That's going to be up if it's positive, down if it's negative. Okay? All right, we'll get through one of those lines in a little bit. If you just have an x equals, these are the acronyms, VUX and HOI. Okay? All right, now, that will tell you the type of line, okay, which is vertical, okay, which looks like this. This will tell you the type of line, which will be horizontal, okay, all right, all right, so that's what you have, the big thing you have to differentiate. Is it y and x or just x and y? All right, so let's go through some examples. Okay, so I got y and x, I got y by itself, it's great. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph that y-intercept. Now this is the y-axis. So -4 would be right here, okay? Now I'm going to use the slope. So here's what 3 over 2 means. 2 right, 3 up. So just like I plot points. 1, 2 right, okay? So 1, 2 right, then 1, 2, 3 up, okay? And then all I'm going to do is connect that line, okay? And you can keep that going, all right? 2 right, all right, 2 right, 3 up, okay? All right, and that's how you graph lines, and that's what a positive slope would look like, okay? All right, now let's look at this one. This would be my y-intercept here. So on that y-axis, I'm at 3, okay? So what does -1 over 5 mean? 5 right, 1 down. So from this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 down, and I can connect the dots. Okay? All right, so just like we plot points, left and right first, then up and down. It will make it easier for you. Okay? Now this one, this is my y-intercept. That is at +2. Now somebody said, Mr. Evans, we don't have a fraction. Well, as a fraction, that would be 4 over 1. So that's 4 right, 1 up. Okay? I'm sorry, 4 up, 1 right. Okay, so 1 right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, boom. Connect the dots. Okay? All right? You can keep that going if you wanted to. All right? This one, I'm at 7. That's my y-intercept, would be right here. Now, what would this be as a fraction? -6 over 1. 1 right, 6 down, because it's negative. So 1 right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. And that should match up with my negative slope. Okay? All right? Then I got this one. This would be my y-intercept, -8. Now, so Mr. Evans, we don't even have a number there. Yeah, that's 1. So that's 1 over 1. So what does that mean? 1 right, 1 up. 1 right, 1 up. You can go 1 right, 1 up. 1 right, 1 up. All right, if you want to make multiple points. Okay? All right? This one, my y-intercept is -5. Okay, well, that's a -1 in front of there, so that's -1 over 1. Well, that means right. In this case, this is down. Okay, 1 right, 1 down. one right, one down, one right, one down, one right, one down. Okay, if you want to do that to get yourself some more points, you can. Okay? All right, now we got these. Okay? So now these, I don't have to do all that stuff. This is an x equals, that's a box. So that's going to be a vertical line. So at -4 on the x-axis, so whatever your axis, whatever your letter is, that's the axis. Okay, vertical line. Okay, this one would be a hoi. So that's going to be a horizontal line at y is 6. So here's the y-axis. All right, so this would be on the y-axis. This will be on the x-axis. All right, let's do another one. This is a box. So that's a vertical line on the x is 10. Boom, vertical line. This is a hoi. That's a horizontal line at y is -1. Okay, that's simple. All right. All right. Now, for these ones, we can't quite graph them yet. What we have to do is we have to distribute. So 3 times x is 3x. Okay. 3 times -1 is -3. Y minus 2. Now what I want to do is I want to add this 2 over to this side. So I got y equals 3x. Okay, let me freeze this because I got to bring up Desmos. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do -3 plus 2, which is -1. All right, and now I can graph that. Where there's my y-intercept. Okay, this is a fraction, it's 3 over 1. So that means 3 up, 1 right. So let's do the right first. Right 1, up 1, 2, 3. Up right 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right, and that would make sense. All right, so this one, what I want to do is I want to distribute that. Okay, so 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times 10. Let's say you don't know how to do that. Just do 1 divided by 2, click over here, times 10. That gives me +5. And I got y plus 8. So what I want to do is get rid of this 8 by subtracting 8. 1/2 x, okay? +5 minus 8. It's -3, okay? So that's -3 for the y-intercept. Okay, what does 1, 2 mean? 2 right, 1 up. So 2 right, 1 up. 2 right, 1 up. Okay? All right? Okay, now these, there's a couple different ways you can do these. I'm going to show you 2 ways. Here's the first way. Okay? You could take this and set it equal to 12. And you could take this also and set it equal to 12. Well, how would I solve this? Divide by 2, x would be 6. Divide by 4, y would be 3. So x is 6, y is 3, so I got 2 of those. I just connect the dots, okay? Now, another thing you could do, okay, is get it y equals. Subtract 2x, subtract 2x. Okay, so that's +4y equals 12 minus 2x. Divide by +4. We did this in the last unit and the unit before. So y equals, I use Desmos, okay? 12 divided by +4, I get 3. I got -2 divided by +4 as a decimal would be -1/2. Now, remember, the y-intercept is here. This would be my slope, okay? So my y-intercept is 3, okay? My slope is -1/2. What does that mean? 2 right, 1 down, okay? So 2 right, 1, 2, 1 down. 2 right, 1 down. 2 right, 1 down. Boom. So there's 2 ways you can do those problems. Whichever one you want to do, you can do. So this one, 5x equals 15, -3y equals 15. This one I would divide by 5, I get x equals 3. This one I divide by -3, I get y equals -5. So x is 3, y is -5. Okay, connect the dots. If you want to do it where it's, I solve for y, okay, I would subtract 5x, That's negative 3y equals 15 minus 5x, and divide by negative 3. Y equals, all right, I got 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5. Okay, negative 5 divided by negative 3, all right, as a decimal would be positive 5/3 x. So there's my y-intercept, 5/3. What does 5/3 mean? 5 up, 3 right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So either way you want to do it is fine. Okay? I'll just show the one way here. Negative 4x equals 8. Negative 2y equals 8. Divide by negative 4. X equals negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Y equals negative 4. So I got x is negative 2. Y is negative 4. Connect the dots. You could also get that in y equals. Okay? And then now you're going to go ahead into the unit, into the classwork and go ahead and practice.